Hi, Zizaran here with day 6 of Build Week. Today featuring Cobra Lash, which is my first time ever playing it. It was surprisingly good for leveling. A little bit squishy. So I didn't have a lot of leveling uniques and stuff for this. I didn't have enough to dual wield basically any of the leveling unique claws. So I used one like random claw with an essence on it that I would like periodically just switch out with a new essence one. And then I had Last Resort, then Mortem Morsu, then Ornament of the East. I actually used both that and Mortem Morsu for a while. And then finally Wasp Nest. And I basically used this, which is not great, and this, which Wasp Nest is great. It was pretty nice, to be honest. And the damage was okay. I did Uber Lab at level 72 in slightly worse than this gear. Maybe it was this gear. No, I took off this ring because I was scared of losing it. Because I had 3.6k life for Uber Lab. Quite a lot of people thought I was gonna die. Wasn't even close. Wasn't even close. And yeah, you can see my gear right now. I didn't play this character very long. 5 hours. It was the slowest leveling out of all of them because I felt so squishy. I wanted to overlevel a bit more. There's a problem with build week, and I wasn't really ready for it. I hadn't prepped for it enough. I only had like 800 or 900 alterations, like 130, 140 chaos orbs, and I hadn't really prepped a lot of the gear for the builds. I feel like if I do this again in the future, I want to maybe start prepping for this pretty much day one of the league and have gear set aside for different builds that I'm going to try so that I can, because I really want to try to push them far in these 24 hours. This one, honestly, it's a very softcore build. I really struggled on a, like, because you can see my budget for this character was non-existent. I had a 6-link Dendrobait. Sounds like an insult. Sounds like reprobate, which I'm not quite sure what it means, but I think it's an insult. But either way, very, very little stuff. Like, if we look at Winter, which was the first character, I had like loads of stuff lying around for that. That was fun. This character, not so much. I kind of hated it once I got to maps because I felt like, you know what, I want to die in the next map. And there were at least 2 items I didn't really want to die. Venomous Weave and this ring. I'd rather keep that. So other than that, the rest could fucking die. I don't care. But those items I didn't want to die with, and I was like just not really enjoying it. It was a fairly enjoyable character until maps, and I feel like if I had like fairly decent stuff, it would be good. But I definitely ran out of juice. Didn't have good weapons prepared. Wasp Nest isn't really poggers, is it? I would have a hard time, I think, getting like 7k life on this. Maybe a Soul Tether and a Glorious Vanity would have fixed a lot of the issues. I do get like very, very high dodge on these. And obviously Pathfinder has a lot of cool stuff. I could also use the Taste the Hate for more like fist damage taken as elemental. And I could keep that up permanently. I ascended first with Master Toxicist, then Nature's Reprisal, and then the 2 Flask Nodes. And honestly, like, even leveling with shit items was pretty nice. Like, I used my normal, like, Gold Rim, normal Tabula, etc. And it was pretty straightforward. Oh, and my Zoom boots that I keep. I corrupted all the ones I found so far, not gotten movement speed. Mana, I used, like, a Enduring Mana Flask to solve during leveling. Now I just have, like, loads of, like, channeling mana cost to fix that. I really didn't enjoy the character. So a combination of not having any low maps to level in, basically, like very, very few of like the zones that I want to farm in, the low HP, and I just didn't really, I guess the character didn't really mesh with me. It wasn't a Zizzy character, I guess, that I enjoyed. But either way, we did get it to 74. It's the lowest level character. Usually they hit like almost level 90. Discharge, which is tomorrow, well, maybe it's already happening while you're watching this video, I will only be able to play for 4 hours because we have to do team practice. I've said yes to being in the Havoc event, and my team is Lily, Noogie, and Steel Mage. It's basically like a softcore team race, and it's kind of the only time I can do it. So the Discharge character will basically only going to get a leveling section. I hopefully will have time to play that afterwards, and I have a lot of options. Still haven't decided what to do for Discharge, for Cock. But I have Cospreys, I have Milners, so we'll see. I have a Vol's Devotion, I have the Vol's Protector. We could do like a super old school. I might try that for leveling. But either way, as far as this character goes, definitely wasn't my favorite. I didn't really like the build at all. It wasn't bad. Like, I did do Uber Lab, it's level 72. That is something. And if you can see in the gameplay as well, it is like decent. decent damage. It ramps up. I'm using Viper Strike. That's what I did for leveling as well. I used Viper Strike for single target, then Cobra Lash for clearing. And honestly, most of the time, I was fine just using Cobra Lash for single target. And I didn't have any crazy stuff for leveling. It was pretty great. Pretty solid. But yeah, there's not much else to say. It just didn't mesh very well with me. I guess. I probably should. I feel a little bit bad for not playing it as much. Because it would have been interesting, I guess, to see if it ripped in a few levels. But yeah, here we are. Here we are. That's all I did for this character. Hope you guys are still enjoying build week. Definitely want to prep more for next time, because the last 3 builds I feel are going to be a little bit forehead compared to the first 4. But hope you guys are enjoying it nonetheless. Thanks so much for watching. Remember that I stream on Twitch every day. Sub if you like the video. And more importantly, try to die less than I do.